We also have, Sanket, with us Ranbir Singh Pathania. He's with the BJP, and also Sumant Sinha, Chairman and CEO, Renew Power, who's in the renewable energy space. Let me just come across to you first, Mr. Pathania. Mr. Pathania, already we are starting to see the reactions from the Congress saying this is a disappointing budget. There is nothing for the middle class. In fact, it's hard to gauge for which section there is any kind of announcement. Would you agree that the finance minister seems to have taken a very status quoist, don't tamper or tinker with anything approach in the budget?
Sir, let me respond to your first leg of your query. What the Congress has said, this budget addresses the needs and the aspirations of women, the aspirations of children, the aspirations of startups, and because it personally pivots around the agriculture-related demands, the middle-class-related demands. That's why it is disappointing for the Congress. This budget is disappointing for the Congress, but this budget is a welcome step for the people of India. This is a budget which is innovative, which is the first digital budget, which is oriented at the growth, which is fintech enabled, which is climate enabled, which is technology enabled, and on cryptocurrencies also, because there was no consensus on it in the parliament.
What is the Pathania sir, one second. We don't want jargon specifically.
Please.
No, I'm saying forget the technical terms. It's this enabled. In concrete terms, sir, what is the big benefit from this budget for either women or farmers or the middle class?
Yes, sir. What they have announced, we could say Operation Shakti, the Operation Vatsalya, the operation we could say Saksham. This focuses on women and children. For startups, the initial for angel investors, the tax has been reduced from 28% to 25%. That's why it encourages startups also. For agriculture also, it focuses on setting IPOs also. So my point is that it focuses on agriculture, it focuses on growth, it focuses on women, it focuses on children. And the new innovative step that we can now file updated income tax returns for a period of, the period has been reduced to 2 years also, sir. So this welcomes the middle class also. Let us go into all the facts and figures. She has just concluded her speech. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has just concluded her speech. This is a budget which focuses on a new growth trajectory, which India seeks to undertake upon under the dynamic leadership of Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji.
Mr. Pathania, what are those 4 or 5 things that you feel are going to propel India to growth, or it is going to, capitalize on the fact that now this is a post-vaccination budget? You see, it's very important to lay stress on this fact. What are those 4 or 5 things in this budget that you see which can really help capitalize from here on?
Sir, just proceeding to the budget, we could say the aggressive vaccination which India has carried on, and which this budget focuses on propping up the health infrastructures also. It will facilitate in creating a sentiment. It will facilitate in creating a demand. Once the pandemic is over, the demand will exceed. We could say the supply chains, the block supply chains will also get lubricated, and this will ultimately give a push for putting more money.
Pathania ji, if I may,
people will spend more.
Can you tell us what is the percentage spend with respect to our GDP on health? Because, there has been a demand that it should be around 3%, at least 3% in a country like India, if we want to achieve anything. I mean, ideally 6, but 3% at least. We are nowhere close to that figure.
This is what I am submitting, sir. Free vaccination to all, increased health infrastructure, once safety is there. Once COVID pandemic is under the, we could say, carpet, and it will increase the sentiment, it will increase the consumption, it will lubricate the supply chains, and ultimately demand will increase. And once demand increases, supply chains will also increase, and it will lead to a push. It will end the liquidity, it will end uncertainty, and ultimately the economy will grow.